Welcome back. This is Johnny Gita again with a second video tutorial on how to trace an image in Illustrator to create a vector graphic. This time I'm going to show you how to use the pen tool to trace the whole image we have here, the Adidas logo, using the pen tool and some colors for the fill and for the stroke. Okay, let's get started. First thing we have to do is to go to the tools bar and pick the pen tool. If you hold the mouse there, you'll see that there are two more different types of pens: the add anchor point tool and the delete anchor point tool. This time we need only the pen tool, but maybe later I'm going to show you how to use these other two type of pens. Okay, so let's use the pen tool. Before using the pen tool, I always give the same suggestion to my students, which is go to the tools bar and click on the fill box and remove the color by hitting here in this none box. Then click on the stroke box and pick a different color for that stroke that makes a better contrast between the image and the line. That's for you to see where you're putting the anchor points or the vectors. So I'm gonna pick a black color here, and that's it. The second tip that I always give to my students is to zoom in too much, because it's better to see where you're putting the vector points or the vectors. To zoom in, the only thing you gotta do is press the letter Z on the keyboard and make a little box where you want to zoom in. If you want to zoom out, just hold Control key and the minus zooms out, and Control and the plus key zooms in. Control 0 goes back to normal. So let's zoom in here. I'm going to start with this part. Pick the pen tool again by hitting the P on the keyboard and starts making points. Click. Since this is a curve, what you have to do is to hold the mouse, drag it until you find the same shape you have or you need. Release it, then drag the image with the spacebar and the mouse. Click on the last point you put, then continue with another part of the line. I always tell my students that the fewer points or anchor points, the better. Some cases it is necessary to put some other points, okay, like in this part because the line was too long. Or there's another option. Try to do it in just one line. Click on the first in that angle, and since this is only one line, try to make it from angle to angle. Hold the mouse, drag it till you find the same curve. Maybe there, not there. Let's repeat it. It's quite long, so it's better to do it in two parts. Click on the last point, then repeat the same process. Drag the mouse, release it, click on the last point. This is a straight line. The only thing you have to do is to make a click here in this angle, then continue doing the same shape by dragging the mouse because this is a curve. And when you're about to close the shape, you are going to see a little circle that appears next to the pen. That is indicating that you are about to close the shape. This is what the whole project is about. You gotta make shapes and close them all. because after that you need to color them. So I'm going to close it right here. I hold the mouse, I drag the mouse, drag that line, try to find the shape, release it. Okay, so this is what you have to do. Repeat over and over the same process. Pen again, you can continue after you close the shape, you can continue with a new one. Straight line, just 2 clicks. Let's make this one in just one line. Hold and drag the mouse, release it, click on the last point. This one is a long line. Let's see if we can do it in just one line. And we close the shape. If I find the same line, I release, and that's it. Continue with another one. Click, click, it's a straight line. Just one here. Hold, release the mouse, click on the last point. I'm about to close here. Hold the mouse, drag it, try to find the same line you need. Maybe there. Release the mouse. Okay, I'm going to trace the whole logo with the pen tool, making clicks, converting some lines into curves, and that's it. Okay, it's quite simple. When you get used to making the curves, which is the most difficult part. When we finish tracing the whole thing, we will realize that that was the longest part of the project and maybe the most difficult, because coloring, you'll see in a third video, that is very, but very easy. So I repeat over and over the same steps until I trace the whole shape. If you want to see how your tracing steps look like, to undo, you just hit Ctrl Z as many times as you need. I was saying that if you want to see the whole process, the whole outline that you created, the only thing you have to do is to hit Ctrl Y and you see the lines. It looks pretty good. Then Ctrl Y again to see the photo. Okay guys, that's all for this video. I'm going to show you how to color these shapes in a third one. See you later.